This is about the dumbest conversation I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. Let's see. First, I'm going to tell you the conversation in its entirety without stopping, and then I'm going to go back and piece by piece tell you what is so really, really wrong with this conversation. And that's more of my benefit than yours, because I'm pretty sure that majority, after hearing this conversation, will just be laughing on the floor, just laughing about this, without me even making jokes about this at all. Okay, so just for my own entertainment, here we go. All right, it starts out at MJC, that Modesto Junior College, because that's where I go to, and they have two campuses, East Campus and West Campus, and there's a bus that transports students to and fro. So I'm on said bus. I'm sitting at the front of the bus near the driver, and another passenger who's also in the front of the bus on the other side. He is talking to the driver. All right, and I'm gonna leave out the descriptions of these two people because I want you to focus on the stupidity of the conversation itself and not on the two people having the conversation. All right, so. The conversation starts out, at least when I get there, it starts out with them talking about the Hawaiian interstate highways. The thing is, the interstate highway is a highway that goes from one state to another. Well, Hawaii is one state not connected to any other state, so how can you have an interstate highway? And the driver says that the reason why it's an interstate highway is because it's paid for by the government and not that state, not that specific local state. And so she insists that they do this so Bush and his military buddies can use that highway. So let's see. And then the passenger he says that and then he asked her, "Do you know who came up with the idea of a highway?" Hitler. And then he said, "You know, the actions of Hitler are still felt today." To be honest, I'm not quite sure where that's where the conversation ended or whether I stopped paying attention because I don't really remember the rest. So let's go back and just hack this up, you know. I never said the conversation was a really long one. I just said it was a really stupid one. All right, the interstate highways. In Hawaii, they are indeed paid for by the central government or the federal government. That's 90% of the funding comes from the central government. And most of the interstate highways are connecting military bases. And the thing is that civilians can still use the interstate highways. You know, they can drive there anytime they want, you know, depending on traffic and the weather and all that good stuff. So I'm not quite sure what she's complaining about. I mean, I think it'd be a good thing that your local state wouldn't have to deal with the interstate highways and have the government deal with that so you can spend on other things. You'd think that'd be a good thing. Anyway, Bush's military buddies driving around the interstate highway. I can understand why she complained about that. I mean, it's not like Hawaii used to be protected from anything or anything. I mean, it's not like we've been attacked there or anything, resulting in us joining a Second World War or anything. You know, that never happened. That never happened at all. It's really ridiculous, you know. I'm glad we live in America. We don't have to we don't really have to think about, oh, what if a foreign nation invades us? Like, we don't have to think about that. But other countries do. You know, like Somalia, like they were taken over by like a terrorist organization. And then Ethiopia invaded Somalia. Yeah, to kick out the terrorist organization. So they were twice invaded. Yeah. Doesn't that sound fun? Yeah. Well, I'm getting kind of off topic here with this one, with the Somalia and all that. Well, the point is that the military needs to be able to get to a trouble spot without any hassle, and that's what the interstate highway does. So, I mean, you should be thanking them, not berating them. So, I mean, it's not like Bush set up the interstate highways. I mean, anyway, that's another thing. Anyway, I'm done with the interstate highways. No, we're talking about them. Now let's the next one. The whole Hitler coming up with the freeway. And that's true. He came up with the Autobahn so people could drive without having to stop. They can drive as fast as they want without having to stop. But I mean, yeah, and that actually is a really good idea. I'm not quite sure what this has to do with the current conversation because that's not why people don't like Hitler. You know, in fact, that probably could be the only good thing about him. All right, now he also said that the actions of Hitler are felt today. I'm not quite sure what he means by that because Hitler didn't really do anything new. Like, he didn't invent genocide. He didn't invent war. He didn't invent invasions. So I mean, like, he didn't even invent Blitzkrieg. He just gave it like a fancy name. It's just like, hitting somebody before they have a chance to react. I mean, that's not new. Yeah, Hitler is a very evil man, but there's plenty of people who did the exact same things he did and far worse. Like, Stalin killed far more people than Hitler did, and he too is racist. So he can't be like, well, yeah, Hitler killed a lot. Hitler may not kill as much people, but he was racist. Although I'm not quite sure how killing lots of random people is somehow not as evil as killing a specific group of people. But anyway, and there's other people who are far eviler than he was. Like, is he really eviler than Caligula? I mean, if you don't know who that guy is, look him up. He's really crazy. He's a really crazy Roman ruler, and he got killed for being crazy. So, and also, there's also like this like ancient city. I wish I could tell you the name, but I've forgotten it. But anyway, like it was invaded. All right, it was ransacked. The women were raped and the men were castrated. And so like every generation after that will have the face of the enemy. So why aren't they the invading party? Why aren't they like the root of all evil? That is pretty bad. All right, to wrap this all up, I'm not saying that these people are as dumb as this conversation makes them seem, but it's probably one of the reasons why I don't talk as much. Is because like no one can really gauge how either intelligent or stupid I am, because I'm not always just talking about random stuff. I'm pretty sure this conversation was a fluke, and that these two will live long, successful lives. So anyway, the moral of the story is shut your mouth, because you never know who's listening, and you might say something stupid that may be regurgitated over the internet, or amongst friends, or recorded for future generations to witness. That's about it. This is Nathan Caveman Grumbler signing off.